Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly are willing to put their differences to one side for the 2023 season. By this point, it's common knowledge that Pierre Gasly has joined Alpine replacing Fernando Alonso. Gasly's arrival at Alpine means he joins fellow Frenchman Esteban Ocon as his new driving partner. To many, this move may not raise any eyebrows. However, if you're a fan of F1, you may know that these two drivers have a shaded past and has left the relationship far from harmonious. The fact they are now driving on the same team is interesting to say the least. What exactly happened between the two French drivers to cause such a fallout? And might the relationship cause issues within Alpine? Stick around to the end to uncover whether the drivers themselves believe they can settle their differences. You're gonna want to hear this. So, let's get into it. You may already know that Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly are not the best of friends. However, a lot of people are not aware of what the bone of contention actually is. What exactly happened? What is the reason for the bad blood between these two drivers? Today, Ocon and Gasly might no longer be considered friends. However, these two grew up together. They lived in the same city and began their driving career simultaneously. They are both in their mid-20s and have known each other for long enough to be considered brothers. The two highly rated Formula 1 drivers went through the junior levels simultaneously. They regularly participated in the same competitions week in, week out. As much as this was not supposed to be a problem, the fact they always had to compete against each other did, in fact, get in the way of their friendship. And unfortunately, their friendship could not last the test of time. In races, someone wins and another loses, and it appears these two friends could simply not bear losing to each other. While Ocon has said nothing about his friendship with Gasly and what ended it, Gasly has decided not to remain so silent. He claims they once had something very good together as friends. However, as time went on, they grew older, perhaps more competitive. Their friendship deteriorated. This much is understandable. Competitive racing and friendships do not naturally go hand in hand. Let's put it this way. If you're watching this video, take a second to imagine your wildest dream in all of the world. Right, you got it? Now imagine that a friend of yours is directly preventing you from achieving your dream. Basic human psychology says that this friendship won't last too long. You're gonna want to hear what Gasly has to say about why they're no longer friends. Honestly, we did spend some fantastic time together. He used to come to my home many times, and same for myself, we went to his place. I even remember times in the winter there was nobody coming on the tracks. We were the only ones there, snowing like hell, and we were going for like 3 or 4 laps, coming back where our hands were completely freezing, and going back of the truck with a heater just to get warm for 15 minutes, and then going back on track for our 5 other laps with the slick tyres on and just driving on the snow. We've spent a lot of time together, but it got to a point, got a bit too upset, and it wasn't so nice anymore. So we kind of stopped socialising. Then after, we always had quite a lot of rivalry. I started to beat him, and he didn't like it, so we're not friends anymore. The relationship unfortunately got a lot worse at some point in karting where we started to fight for the World Cup, European Championship and also National Championship. And I really remember one weekend, the World Cup in 2010 in Portugal, that he literally cut the track, one corner, cutting the grass and hit me in the last heat before the pre-final because I was going to start. I think second or third. I think he really didn't like it. I think in the end it was a positive thing that these things happened to us because it's really pushed us so much harder to beat each other. Gasly has been the only one vocal about what caused his rift with Ocon. Well, the days of the rifts are over, and unlike the past when Ocon was not vocal about the friendship, he has openly welcomed Gasly to Alpine. He did this by posting 2 pictures. One is a picture of them at the unveiling of the A523, and the second is a picture of them when they were much younger. So will they be able to put their differences aside? Many people expect Ocon and Gasly to become friends now that they're part of the same team. As much as this will make the fans happy, it might not have a big effect on the results. Now that they're in the same team, all they need to do is put their differences aside and work as a team. Ocon and Gasly are not friends at the moment, however, not enemies either. They both respect each other, and this is arguably more important than friendship as a professional in any field. As professionals, Ocon and Gasly have to listen to their team principle and work for the team's progress. This is something that they are paid to do. Working together is them doing their jobs, but that's not all. Since they grew together and trained alongside each other, working in the same team should not be a challenge. They both understand each other's drives, their strengths, their weaknesses. These will come in handy in helping them get to very good results. Above all, they both understand what is at stake. Putting their differences aside to work together might be easier than some people think. So what have the drivers themselves said about their relationships? I am confident, Ocon said at the launch of the Alpine A523. We are both very professional and we're going to work the way we need to be performing. I don't think we'll ever be best friends, but that doesn't matter really, as long as the atmosphere is great inside the team, and that is how it is at the moment, and that's how it will remain during the year. I am very confident, I've got no doubt, Gasly said. I've spent more time with him over the last 2 months than I've spent with him in the last 10 years. Things are going well. We've grown up people now, more mature, aware of the responsibilities we have being Alpine drivers, having such a big group behind us. We just know that we've got to work closely together. Seems as though they're both confident. The fight between Gasly and Ocon began because they were both very competitive and did not want to lose to one another. Things have not changed, but they have grown up and matured. They both drive in the same team, so it is not a break from the norm for one of them to become the lead driver. They both know this. Nonetheless, is any of them interested in playing second fiddle to the other? This is not a question that will be answered verbally. The actions on the track will tell. As much as there might be a battle for the number one spot in the team, Ocon is the older, more experienced member of the team, so Gasly might be willing to play second fiddle just because he is new. Driver feuds aside, there has been many rumours about the potential success of Alpine. How are they shaping up for the new Formula 1 season? Well, Alpine has taken some significant steps in its preparation for the 2023 Formula 1 season. Some of these steps are letting Fernando Alonso go and unveiling its new A523. The initial plan was not to let Alonso depart the team. However, it seemed the best thing since he was unwilling to continue as a driver with Alpine. His departure left a vacuum. However, Alpine was very quick to fill the space. They have brought in Pierre Gasly from AlphaTauri, and right now they are a French-backed team with all French drivers. Quite a unique setup on the grid. The fact that Alpine's two starting driver Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon have known each other for a long time, used to be very close friends, but now are no longer considered friends, makes this news very interesting indeed. And it makes one wonder how these two drivers will work together since they no longer see eye to eye. Fans of Formula 1 think Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly are foes. This is not exactly the case, but they do certainly have some big differences. However, it goes without saying that if they must drive together and achieve success, then they must be ready to put their differences aside. As much as these two French drivers must work together, we are not sure how they will do this. So, how do you think Ocon and Gasly will fare driving in the same team? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to want to click the video on your screen right now. Go on, give it a go. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching.